Hello everyone. In this video, let us look into chapter 4 of the book Vyavaharika Kannada, Kannada Grammar in Conversations. This chapter deals with how to use Kannada grammar effectively in day-to-day conversations. Words are generally divided into parts of speech. The role of a word in a sentence is of prime importance. Based on the right positioning of the word, the correct meaning is added to a sentence. Words in Kannada language are generally classified into 9 groups, which are similar to parts of speech of English language. The table here shows the classification and their Kannada equivalent words. You may notice nouns are called Namapadaгаಳು, pronouns Sarvanamapadaгаಳು. Adjectives are termed Nama Visheshanaгаಳು and verbs and adverbs are called Kriya Padagalu and Kriya Visheshanagalu. Conjunctions and prepositions are called Sanyogagalu and Upasargagalu. Interrogative words refers to Prashnarthaka Padagalu and enquiry or request words are termed Vicharaneya Vedikeya Padagalu. Noun is called Namapada in Kannada. A noun is a word for person, place or thing. Everything we can see or talk about is represented by a name. That naming word is called noun. Some of the examples for nouns are for people, Ramesh, Geeta, Arun. For place, Delhi, London, Bangalore. For things, table, book, fan. Nouns are generally pronounced in the same way in all the languages across the globe. The Kannada pronunciation of the name Rohini remains the same even in English language. Pronouns are referred as Sarvanama Padagalu in Kannada language. Pronouns are words used in place of nouns. They are used to avoid sounding unnatural by reusing the same noun in a sentence. For example, instead of saying, "My friend went to the market," one can use the pronoun he or she and then say, "He went to the market." The table here shows list of pronouns which are used in day-to-day communication in Kannada language. You can see that the first person singular I is known as Nanu in Kannada. Second person singular you is called Neenu in Kannada, whereas we becomes Now. Similarly, the word used to refer to things, it, is termed as Idu in Kannada. To use some of these pronouns in sentence, when I say, "This is my book," becomes Idu Nanna Pustaka in Kannada. Here the word my is Nanna in Kannada. Pronouns change according to gender and number. He is Avana in Kannada, whereas her is Avala. Similarly, he stands for Avanu, whereas they stands for Avaru. Let us try to identify nouns and pronouns in Kannada language. When we look at the first sentence, Ramesh visited her yesterday. We can see that the word Ramesh is the name of the person, which is noun, and her is pronoun. The same sentence in Kannada becomes Ramesh ninne avalannu beti madidanu. You can look at the table for more examples. Adjectives are called Nama Visheshanagalu in Kannada. Adjectives are the words which describe or modify a noun, pronoun or adjective in a sentence. They are used to identify or quantify individuals or unique things and are generally positioned before the noun or pronoun that they modify. Some sentences also contain multiple adjectives. In the sentence, the little girl is wearing a pink dress. Little and pink are the adjectives. The word little is describing the noun girl and the color pink gives the information about the dress. Similarly, the boy is handsome. In this sentence, the word handsome is an adjective which describes how the boy looks. You may notice some of the adjectives in the table. Good boy stands for ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಹುಡುಗ. Small room means ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಕೋಣೆ. Young girl refers to ಕಿರಿಯ ಹುಡುಗಿ. Let us look at the table and try to identify the adjectives. When we look at the first sentence, new books are very expensive. The word new is an adjective which tells us the condition of the book, and the word expensive is also an adjective which provides the information about the cost factor of the book. When we translate this sentence into Kannada language, it becomes ಹೊಸ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಬಹಳ ದುಬಾರಿ. Here the word ಹೊಸ means new and ದುಬಾರಿ stands for expensive. You may refer to the table for more examples on adjectives. Verbs are known as ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದಗಳು in Kannada. Verbs are used to signify actions, process, condition or state of being of people or thing. Every sentence must have a verb. Verbs can be happening now, already happened or they will happen. Along with the nouns, verbs are main part of sentence. Some of the action verbs used in student life are read and write, which means ಓದು ಮತ್ತು ಬರೆ in Kannada. The other verbs used in day-to-day communication are go, which means ಹೋಗು, come stands for ಬಾ, take means ತೆಗೆದುಕೋ, and see stands for ನೋಡು. Adverbs are termed as ಕ್ರಿಯಾ ವಿಶೇಷಣಗಳು in Kannada. An adverb can modify a verb, an adjective, another adverb, a phrase or a clause. An adverb indicates manner, time, place, cause or degree and answers the questions such as how, when, where, how much. An example for adverb is Suresh is very tall. The Kannada translation of this sentence is Suresh ತುಂಬಾ ಉದ್ದವಾಗಿರುವನು. In this statement, the adverb is very, which stands for ತುಂಬಾ in Kannada and quantifies height of Suresh. You may go through the various adverbs listed in the table. ನಿನ್ನೆ stands for yesterday, ಶೀಘ್ರವಾಗಿ means quickly, and ಜೊತೆಯಾಗಿ refers to together. Let us refer to the table and try to recognize the verbs and adverbs. In the first sentence, I shouted immediately. The adverb is immediately, which answers the question, when did I shout? The verb is shout, which indicates the action. The Kannada translation of the sentence is ನಾನು ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೂಗಿದೆ. Here, I means ನಾನು, takshana means immediately and shouted stands for ಕೂಗಿದೆ. So the adverb is takshana and verb is ಕೂಗಿದೆ. You may also notice the difference in the position of verb and adverb in Kannada and English sentences. You can see such other examples of verbs and adverbs in the table. Conjunctions are termed ಸಂಯೋಗಗಳು in Kannada language. Conjunctions are used to link different clauses together and to join words, phrases and sentences. Conjunctions allow you to form complex sentences. Some of the Kannada conjunctions used in day-to-day conversations are mattu, which means and in English. Adare refers to but. Modalu stands for before and ekendare stands for because. If I have to use conjunction in a sentence, when I say I like reading and writing, here the word and means mattu in Kannada is a conjunction that connects two different sentences. Prepositions in Kannada is called upasargagalu. It is used to show the relationship between noun and pronoun in a sentence. These are words that add additional information to sentences. Some of the prepositions commonly used in Kannada are kelage, which means under, munde means in front of, madhye stands for between, hattira is near and hinde is back. In the sentence, he sat on the chair. Here the word on is a preposition which reflects the relationship between noun, which is chair, and subject, which is he. The Kannada translation of the sentence is avanu kurchiya mele kulitanu. The word mele is equivalent to the word on. The table in the slide contains some sentences with prepositions and conjunctions. Let us try to locate them. She lives near the temple and visits the temple regularly. The Kannada translation of this sentence is ಅವಳು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನದ ಬಳಿ ವಾಸಿಸುತ್ತಾಳೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಯಮಿತವಾಗಿ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಭೇಟಿ ನೀಡುತ್ತಾಳೆ. In this statement, the word near is a preposition which is placed before the noun temple and shows the relationship with the subject. The conjunction used here is and, which establishes the relationship between two sentences. An interrogative word or question word is a function word used to ask questions such as what, which, where, who, whom, why, and how. You would have learnt about the interrogative words in the previous video on chapter 3. In the next slide, let us look into some more interrogative words used in sentences. What is your name stands for Nimma hesarenu. Here the word enu refers to what. How much is this? The Kannada translation of this sentence is idu estu. The word estu means how much. In this slide, I have listed some of the simple communicative sentences in Kannada. Please practice them. The word enquiry is commonly defined as an act by which information is sought. It is used in the form of question. Furthermore, the word can also refer to a formal or official investigation. A request is defined as an act in which one asks for something to be done or given, mostly as a favor. The table shows some of the English enquiry, request, demand sentences and their translation. The first sentence says, "Do you want coffee?" The Kannada translation of the same is, "Nimage coffee beke?" This is a general format of enquiry sentence in Kannada language. The Kannada word "Nimage beke" stands for "Do you want?" Let us now look into a request sentence. The last sentence on the slide is, could you open the door? The Kannada equivalent is ನೀವು ಬಾಗಿಲು ತೆಗೆಯುವಿರಾ. Along with the words, proper intonation is also very essential while making enquiry, request or demand. In the next video, Mrs. Sudiksha S. Pai will engage you in different activities from chapter 5 of the book Vyavaharika Kannada. Thank you.